Hey guys, it is time for the how to spin on a Charkha tutorial. So I'm going to grab some of my cotton that I have pre-drafted because I had to pre-draft them from the Punies. This is good for using your tensioning string. You can find that in the previous video. So I am actually going to use a leader yarn for this. If you really want to, you can start spinning your cotton on a drop spindle and then wrap it around your quill. But I figured for the purposes of this video, I would show you how to attach it with a leader yarn. And basically, if you're going to use a drop spindle first, you'll just do the exact same thing, except with your leader yarn, you'll just attach your spindle spun cotton to the quill and just keep going. So I just start with a little overhand knot in my string. I'll put that overhand knot onto the very end of my quill back here and just kind of give it a very loose wrap around. And here I have my loop. So I'm going to take some of my fluffy cotton. It's much easier to spin from something that is in its fluffed up form. So I'm just going to put some of this here into this loop and overlap it. Draft it a little bit before I put some twist into it. Starting off is always going to go just a little bit slower than continuing something, so keep that in mind. And I'm also having to pick out a lot of organic matter maybe as I'm spinning, so if you see me picking stuff out of my cotton, it's because all the stuff I bought might not have been the best quality, and I'm realizing that now. So when you've spun to about this length, you can spin it longer if you want, but this is about where I start. And it's good to pack your spindle from back to front. I'll position this a little more outward. And as you can see, I got a little bit of a bloom here. Oh, you can actually see it off the floor more. So what I do is I just kind of work that bloom out with my fingers. And go and I put some more twist in, and we still have a little bit of that bloom here. And you just work it out and put in some twist and keep going. Sometimes I will spin a section first, and then I will work out my blooms. Or you can just work your blooms out as you go. And as you can see, cotton really does just want to spin itself. I'm just twisting this handle, pulling back on my cotton. And whenever I go to wind this on, I'm going to turn the wheel backwards as I am unrolling. And then, boom, I go forward on my wheel. Oh, too far over. I go forward on my wheel, I pack it on, and then, well, I packed on too much. And then you're going to do this, and you're right back into your spinning position, and you just keep spinning your wheel. So, right now I'm spinning my wheel clockwise, which means I'm putting clockwise twist into my singles. So now I'm going to spin the wheel counterclockwise, oh, clockwise. And then boom, I go straight back to spinning. And whenever you get done, it's just like with wool or any other fiber, it's just like any other drop spindle or anything you've spun on before, you're just going to join fluffy end to fluffy end. So make sure you leave yourself a good little fluffy end here. I'm just going to lay them on top of each other, introduce more twist, and boom. I'll keep going. Now I actually have a huge piece of plant material here and here. We're gonna get those out. And again, clockwise, counterclockwise, 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 clockwise, 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 clockwise. Boom, go right back to spinning. I like to put a little bit of extra twist in here because I know that my Charkha ratio is actually kind of low compared to other Charkhas. A 1:16 ratio, while it's good, isn't as impressive as some of the Charkhas that have, like, I don't know, a 1:21 ratio, or the compound Charkhas that like have like a 1 to 100 ratio. So I do just like to guarantee that I've put enough twist into my cotton. You can check by doing this. If you've put too much twist into your cotton and you want to undo the twist, you're really not going to do this because it's just going to unravel from your rod. But what you can do is just let all that twist out. Just manually let it out with your fingers. So, and now you can see that I don't have enough twist. I'm just going to put some more twist in here. And I will say that cotton as a textile is pretty forgiving as far as twisted over twisted goes. Now, whenever I'm done spinning, I just kind of double this back over and leave it like that. So, this was a pretty quick tutorial. It assumes that you already know how to spin on a drop spindle, so I will say that. If you don't know how to spin on a drop spindle, then maybe this wasn't all-inclusive. But if you really want the basics of how to spin any kind of fiber, check out some of my drop spindle videos. Even the Turkish drop spindle videos has good overall tips and tidbits for that. So, if you can spin on a drop spindle, you can spin on a Charkha. And really, like I said, cotton is a very forgiving Cotton is a very forgiving fiber. It's very fun to work with, and like I said, it spins itself. So, and you don't have to spin your singles clockwise if you don't want to. You can spin them counterclockwise. And I will just say that when you are done, untension this cord and just let it hang slack because you do not want to lose tension in this cord. So, I hope this helped you and you figured out how to spin on a Charkha. If you're thinking about getting a Charkha, maybe this will help you decide whether or not you want to. Now, in my previous video, I did talk about how I was only able to pack about 20 grams worth of fiber onto my quill. If that's not good enough for you, then yeah, I guess a spinning wheel would work. But just understand that if you're going to spin plant fiber on a spinning wheel, on a traditional spinning wheel, your little feet are going to be like trying to put enough twist in to keep up. So do bear that in mind. I like the aesthetic as well. Got a nice rhythm. And I will say that my quill is actually not super stable, so it bounces. And that's fine. This was a handmade Charkha. It doesn't have to be perfect. But it's so rhythmic to listen to that. I don't know. I think ASMR is cool. I might not watch ASMR videos, but it's pretty fun though. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more from me, please subscribe. And I hope you found this helpful. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. In the meantime, happy crafting, and bye-bye.